Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got an exciting video for you guys. I'm going to be doing a full face using Wet n Wild products and giving you my first impressions as I've never tried Wet n Wild. So if you want to see my first impressions and full face makeup look using Wet n Wild, just keep on watching and do subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and I'll get started with the tutorial. So first of all, I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in shade Bronze Beige, and it looks like this. So I did recently pick this up, and any of you who've seen my makeup haul from Walmart will know I bought it there. So now I thought it'd be kind of fun to see how all the Wet n Wild products work to create a nice glamorous makeup look. So first of all, it's got this little spatula which is kind of cool. So I'm just going to pop this straight onto my face, painting it on. So as this is the first time I'm trying this foundation out, I do like this little spatula technique. I would say the price of this is very, very affordable, but I think from Walmart this was literally like $5 or $6, super affordable. In the UK, I do think that Wet n Wild is harder to get, so I don't know where you can get it in the UK, but I will link below, as I know I've got a number of American watchers and people from other countries, so do let me know if you can get Wet n Wild where you're from. So this said that it's tested under 7 light conditions, and that's basically what it says, with and without flash, so it's going to be great under photography. So it doesn't claim to do lots and lots of stuff, but it is cruelty free. You get 30 mils as well, and it's going to be great under photos. So I'm going to go in with my Morphe Beauty sponge. Absolutely love this. Did a first impressions using this, so I'll link that video below. Absolutely love this. So I'm just going to tap that out. So this shade does look like it's quite good. I do have a little bit of moisturising tanner on at the moment, so it will match well with my neck, this shade. And they did have quite a few shades actually to pick from this foundation. So it's blending out really easy with this sponge and looking quite a nice level of coverage at the moment. So guys, that is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation blended out. I really like how it looks on the skin. It's quite a natural sort of medium coverage. It's like not too heavy on the skin. It feels kind of like a semi-matte, so it's not super matte, but it's also not dewy. It looks like your own skin, but kind of better. It's not heavy, but it covers up. So at this stage, I really am very impressed with how this looks. It just looks like your own skin, but looking more flawless. So yeah, very impressed with this so far. The next product I'm going to go in with is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer, and this is again the first time I'm using this, and I went for shade Light Ivory. So like I said in my Walmart haul, it was a little bit difficult because they didn't have testers out, so I had to just sort of wing it and go with the shades that I thought would work for me. So this does have a little normal applicator, spongy applicator, so I'm just going to pop this under my eyes. And again, this doesn't claim lots and lots of stuff on the packaging, and they did have a couple of different shades, and again, because it was from Wet n Wild, it was super affordable. And do let me know, guys, you guys who watch me, if you've tried Wet n Wild and what your favourite products are, because this is my first time even trying them, because I bought this when I was in America, because we don't actually have Wet n Wild like available over here in the UK as far as I'm aware. So I'm just creating like a little V under my eyes, cover up the dark circles, bring a bit of brightness, and then I'll take it down the centre of the nose, a little bit on the chin to balance everything out, a little bit through the eyebrows, and then I'm going to pop a little bit on my eyelids to act as primer. And then you do get 8.5 mils of concealer in this little pot. I'm going to go back in with my Morphe blending sponge. As I said, absolutely love this, so I'm just going to use this to blend out this concealer. So I like the shade actually of this concealer. It looks like it's quite brightening, which is good. So I like to sort of bring nice level of coverage under my eyes, but also brighten it as well. So guys, that is the concealer blended out. What do I think of this Photo Focus Concealer? I think it's really nice. It's sort of I wouldn't say it's a heavy coverage. It's more like a brightening, medium coverage concealer, but I do have quite dark circles under my eyes and quite a problem area for me, and it definitely has given a nice level of coverage and actually really good at brightening the under eye and giving a bit of contour. So yeah, very happy with that for the price. So next I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Mega contouring palette, and I went for the Dul de Leche 749A. This is so massive, like I feel like you get so much product, and it was super affordable. So yeah, first time trying this. I'm going to go in with my MAC little face brush, and I'm going to take the light shade first. Okay, so that does, if you guys can see, when I put my brush in, it sort of breaks up quite quickly, which means it's quite a soft powder. And I'm just going to use that under the eyes and where I put the concealer to set that down. As this foundation isn't really dewy and I feel like it's a nice sort of natural semi-matte finish, I'm going to not put powder all over my face, but I am going to now go in and contour. So I'm going to go in with the dark shade from the De Leche palette, and going to go back in with that same brush that I used for the powder, and I'm going to just pop a little bit of this on the cheeks. So putting it right in the sort of lower part to give it a little bit of contour and definition, and then I will bring that along the jaw as well, just to balance everything out. So this contour shade is really lovely. It's blending very easy into the skin and just giving a little bit of definition to my cheeks. And then just popping a little bit of that contour powder along my temples, along the top of my forehead to bring a little bit of contour. So guys, I'm very happy with the contour palette. I feel like you get a lot of product, and also that contour shade is nice and natural, blends really easy, and then light shade is brightening but like not too yellow and not too white, so it just gives a natural contour, which I really like. So yeah, really impressed with this as well. So for blush, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Colour Icon Apricot in the middle shade. I picked this up again when I was in Walmart, very affordable, only a couple of dollars. I like this because of the shade, and also it's kind of got a bit of shimmer, which I don't normally like, but it was one that sort of spoke to me most out of all the blush shades. And I'm going to go in with my MAC 168 SE blush brush. I'm just going to pop this on the apples of the cheeks, and again, first impression, as I've never used any Wet n Wild. So this colour is a nice sort of peachy shade, so it's not giving me like a pink flush, it's definitely more of that nice peachy sort of summer shade, and actually quite liking that shimmer that goes with it. It just gives quite a summery feel. So the blush definitely looks lovely on. I really love peachy coloured blushes, and the shimmer is just very subtle, so it just gives a little bit of a glow and makes you look a little bit more alive and like vibrant, and skin looking really healthy. So yeah, really like this. For highlight, I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Illuminating Palette in Catwalk Pink. I picked this up and really liked how it sort of had the 4 different shades, so you can mix and match depending on your skin tone. Again, super affordable, but yeah, like I said, I feel like if you've got darker skin, if you want a little bit more of a pink highlight or a gold highlight, you can just focus on a couple of the shades, or if you just go across all, then you'll get more of a diffused mixture. So I'm going back in with that same 168 brush from MAC. I'm going to go more on this light gold side, mixed with the one next to it, so on this side where it's the lighter shades, because I am fairer. And then I'm just going to pop that on. Whoa, wow, that's really very impressive. Just popping that on the high point of my cheeks. Really lovely soft sort of glow, very pigmented. Wow, that really is glowing really good. I really like that. I'm going to put a little bit of that goldy shade on, the darker gold shade, just to see what that looks like as well. I'm sort of going to avoid that pink one, because for me the pink shade looks a little bit too much like a blush, I feel. But the rest of the shades I really like, and because the pan is so big, you can sort of be quite accurate. So that is the glowing cheeks, and I'm going to take a little bit of that very light shade, pop it on the bottom of the nose, a little bit on the cupid's bow. I'll just come a little bit closer so you can really see that glow. You can really just see how soft and natural. I'm really impressed with Wet n Wild, because I feel like it comes on like out in a way that looks really pigmented, but also kind of like yourself but better, which I'm really liking. So on to eyes, I'm going to go in with the Naked Truth Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette, super affordable, and you get 2, 4, 5 shadows. They say where you should put things: brow bone, definer, eyelid, eyebrow, but I'm just going to go in and take the sort of shades that I want to put where I'd normally put them. And I'm going to go in with my 239 MAC little shadow brush first of all, with the shade that says base, and I'm going to pop that all over my eyelid. Then I'm going to go in with my 224 brush from MAC, and I'm going to go in with the shade that says eyelid, which is sort of like a medium brown shade, and I'm going to pop that into the crease and just blend that out. So that is quite a cool tone. I am going to go in with a little bit of the crease shade, again with that same MAC brush, just because even though it does have little bits of glitter, I like the warmth that it has. It's got a little bit more of a warm brown shade, and I want to warm that up because for me that first shade was maybe a little bit too cool. So I'm just popping that in the outer to inner corner, keeping the middle section bare. Then I'm going to go in with my MAC little pencil brush, and this is the number 219 SE, and I'm going to take a little bit of that crease shade, which is the bottom more warm tone shade. I'm going to pop that along the lower lash line just to give a little bit of definition. Then going in with my MAC 228 little defining brush, I'm going to take the shade that says brow bone, which is like a pale, so it looks like it's going to have a little bit of shimmer. I'm going to pop that on the brow bone. Oh wow, okay, that is a lot of product. This is very pigmented, so I'm going to just pop that on the inner corner. I'm going to have to go back and take that off, it's too much for my brow bone. So guys, I just went in with that brow bone shade, but just put very little on the brow bones, and now it actually looks okay. Because it is so pigmented, I was just like, whoa, it really packs on a lot of shimmer really quick. Then on to this really cool Wet n Wild Colour Icon Brass eyeshadow glitter. I thought this was really cool. Kind of reminded me of the Stila Magnificent Metals liquid eyeshadows. So yeah, I'm going to go in with this on the, just using my fingers, because I did swatch this on my haul when I bought the stuff in Walmart, and because it is like this gel, you don't need to put the glitter on and a glitter glue on before. So I'm just going to go straight in with my finger and then pop this on the eyelid. So the tapping hasn't really packed on as much glitter as I wanted, so I'm going to go in with a synthetic 195 SE brush from MAC and see if this packs on the glitter a little bit more intensely, because my finger seemed to be not really, it was picking up on my finger but then not going onto my eyelid. So I'm just tapping this. That seems to be packing on a little bit more of the glitter. So I'm just packing that all over the eyelid, and like I said, from inner to outer corner. So guys, that is the glitter done. You can really just see that it just gives a little bit more of a glamorous look to this eye makeup look, but I really like that. It's just sort of subtle. The fact that it's in the glue, it just makes it really quick and easy. Onto brows, I'm going to go in with this Wet n Wild brow pencil, and I got this in shade Blonde Moments, so you get a little spoolie, which is cool. I'm just going to brush, that's actually really soft. I think this was like a couple of dollars as well. Everything from Wet n Wild is just so cheap. I was just like, this is amazing. So this is a little pencil, it's just like a normal little pencil. So I'm just going to pop that on and see what it is like. So it's quite soft and definitely got pigment, which is nice. I'm just going to follow the natural shape of my brows. So guys, that is the brows done. Really kind of reminds me of the formula of the Primark eyebrow pencil, because it's quite waxy. So it feels like it will stay in place, and it's got a good level of pigment. So yeah, it definitely reminds me of that sort of waxy pencil rather than a very hard, dry pencil. It's very creamy with a waxy feel. For eyeliner, I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Carbon My Reach cream eyeliner. They do give you a little brush that comes with it, so I'm just going to go in and try this out. So it is very, very black, and it reminds me of, it looks very much like the one from Maybelline. So I just pop this and do a little thin liner to define on the upper lash line. So that is the eyeliner done. I would say that it's not like the blackest black. I did a little just liner nice and tight to the waterline and a little wing, but it's not like a really, really dark jet black. It's more like a medium black, which is a little bit like of a softer eye look. So it's not what I'd normally go for with, like, normally I do a black liner, I want it to be really, really black, but I actually quite like how this turned out. It's a little bit more softer, a bit more flirty and girly, and actually normally I'd be like, I don't like it because it's not really black, but actually I actually think it looks quite cool the way this has turned out. Then I'm going to go back into the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to take the little definer shade, which is like a dark brown with a little pencil eyeliner brush, and I'm just going to put this along the lower lash line. So guys, that is all the eyeshadows done now. I would say there wasn't a lot of dropout with those eyeshadows, which is actually very good. The next thing is mascara, which is the Wet n Wild Mega Wear Mascara, and this was so affordable. It was literally a couple of dollars. I love the colour as well. It's kind of quite summery and pop of colour. This is what the little wand looks like, quite thin and accurate, which I like. I feel like it'll be quite good for doing both upper and lower lashes, so just going to pop this on, and this is in shade black. So guys, that is the mascara done. I would say that it's like an okay mascara, but I wouldn't say it's like, wow, the most amazing mascara either. It sort of gives a bit of definition and a little bit of volume, but it doesn't give as much oomph as, like, say, my L'Oreal Million Lash. I feel like that gives me so much more, but this was much cheaper. This was only a couple of dollars, so for a few dollars it's like okay. So for lips, I've got two shades here, so I don't know which one to do. There's Bare It All, or there is Pink Sugar. So one's more of a pink, that's the pinky one, and then that is the more like orangey shade. I think I'm going to go with the shade Bare It All because I feel with the gold glitter and the sort of peachy cheeks that this sort of more peachy shade will work better. So I'm just going to pop this on. So that is the shade Bare It All on my lips. I actually didn't realise it was actually quite a matte lipstick. There is a lot of pigment, but yeah, I was a little bit taken back with how matte it is. It feels quite like a liquid lip actually with how matte it is. But yeah, I really like this shade. It looks really natural and kind of like your own lips, but just with a more matte finish and a little bit more pigment. So this is the finished makeup look using the Wet n Wild products. I'll just let you know which sort of my top picks were from the first impressions of all the products I used. I think a standout for me was the foundation, the Photo Focus. I really am impressed with this for the price. I think it's really great and love how it looks on my skin. I think another standout product for me is this illuminating highlighter. Like, I feel like it just looks so lovely on the skin. You just like look really glowing and radiant without being like sometimes like when cheaper highlighters can just look like really cakey on the skin. This looks very diffused but still really glowy. So yeah, really like that. And then I think another top find for me from all this is definitely this little glitter for like 90 cents. I'm like, look at it on the eyes. It just gives a lots of glamour and yeah, super affordable. You really can't go wrong. I also really liked the blush. I think it looks lovely, really soft and diffused again. And actually, surprisingly, the concealer I would really recommend as well. I think it really brightens, love the way it looks. The things I probably wouldn't say like you need to run out and buy is the mascara. I feel like it's just okay. I feel like the eyeshadow palettes are sort of okay, give or take. Like, they aren't the worst, but they're not like a must-have. But then again, for the price, I feel like all this is actually pretty much worth it. Like, I feel like there was nothing I tried from Wet n Wild in this makeup look that I didn't like. I feel like I just like some things more than others. Like, if there was only two things to get, I would probably recommend the foundation and the illuminator. These two would be the most must-haves, but because it's so affordable, I feel like everything I tried was actually really good quality for the price, and I feel like I'm super happy with how this makeup look has turned out. I would definitely go out. And the thing that I like is that I feel like it's a glamorous look, but also kind of like a daytime glamorous look, where it's like not too much, because everything looks so natural and sort of just makes your skin look flawless, that I feel like this is a really great glam everyday makeup look. So yeah, do let me know what you thought of any of these Wet n Wild products. If you've tried them, do leave me a comment below. It's always great to hear from you. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!